Hello, everyone. Jim Biringer here, NHLRumors.com. Please subscribe to the video. Follow along, subscribe, comment below. We're here at the NHL Trade Deadline. Got some news to talk about as the deadline deals come in. We're talking about the trades that happened overnight and the trade that happened and what could happen as well. So let's take a look at it. John Carlson going from Washington to Anaheim. Sad day for the Washington Capitals. Alex Ovechkin shocked, saddened, said it's the saddest day of his life, saddest day for the organization. Anaheim trying to get in the playoffs, weak Pacific Division. Vancouver Canucks continue to sell. We've seen Quinn Hughes gone. Now Tyler Myers going to Dallas. Now Connor Garland going to Columbus. This is a big move for the Columbus Blue Jackets trying to make the playoffs. There were other bidders like Washington, San Jose, Boston, teams like that trying to get him. He goes to Columbus. Don Waddell not messing around, trying to get him into playoffs. That's a good move for them, bolster that offense. Maybe Mason Marshman's hurt, more hurt than we think. Obviously Charlie Coyle staying around. They want to keep him, bolster that depth there, depth scoring. We also saw Mackenzie Weegar go from the Calgary Flames to the Utah Mammoth. This is a big trade. Get Oli Mata, prospect, 3 second-round picks. Calgary, like Vancouver, the rebuild is on. Craig Conroy moving out players again. Again, one of the favorites there in Calgary. Got to help out the new building. Calgary in complete sell mode now, trying to move out players. We saw Rasmus Anderson go. Nazem Kadri's name is still out there, but Flames don't want to retain on his deal. They had a deal with Colorado, definitely a first-round pick that went in the Nick Watt trade. Colorado acquired Nick Watt from Toronto. They also got Nick Blackenberg from the Nashville Predators, but that was a part of the deal. You wonder if ownership nixed that deal. You wonder if, hey, Don Maloney said not good enough for us right now. So very interested to find out where things go with the Calgary Flames. You see that obviously Ryan Lomberg, Zach Whitecloud, does Blake Coleman move? I think the asking prices are so high right now that they don't want to do anything that'll undervalue them. They want to help this team win, but you need the veterans there as well. The Calgary Flames continue to be a team to watch. Obviously, we said Tyler Myers to Dallas. They also picked up Michael Bunting for the Nashville Predators. We talk about Nashville being in sell mode. Ryan O'Reilly, Steven Stamkos, Jonathan Marchessault, so guys like that, no move clauses. O'Reilly has the verbal, non-official, official one. So let's see what the price tags are. We know where Stamkos would like to go. I think everybody was hoping for a reunion, especially if Nashville eats half that salary. That'll definitely work. The Edmonton Oilers making moves, Connor Murphy and Jason Dickinson from the Chicago Blackhawks in 2 separate deals. Going to be interested to see what Stan Bowman does, if anything. Does he add a depth player like AJ Greer? Does AJ Greer go to Montreal Canadiens too? That's a player everybody's keeping tabs on. Again, the Florida Panthers in sell mode right now, but how far do they sell? Is it just AJ Greer? Is it just Jeff Petrie? Is Sergei Bobrovsky in play? I mean, you just think about it. It's definitely, something to watch. And does Bobrovsky's extension get done? There's a market for him, but it's Vegas. Does Carolina really think Bobrovsky's going to help them? Does Montreal think that Bobrovsky can help them? Does Bobrovsky want to leave? All indications are he doesn't want to leave. What's the extension look like? Does it start for the Markstrom deal in New Jersey and go from there? 2 times 6, does it go to 2 times 6.5, 7? I think that's what they're trying to work on. The Buffalo Sabres loading up after missing out on Colton Parayko, Robert Thomas, deals that just didn't work out. Parayko said no. They go get Luke Schenn, Logan Stanley from the Winnipeg Jets, Sam Carrick from the New York Rangers, loading up, but they're still trying to get another defenseman, maybe Rasmus Ristolainen. Obviously, David Jiricek goes from Minnesota to the Philadelphia Flyers for Bobby Brink. So if Jiricek goes to Philadelphia, Ristolainen is definitely in play. Owen Tippett in play. Does Ristolainen go to a place like, I don't know, Detroit? What about Buffalo, Boston, places like that? Does he go out west? Maybe Anaheim, San Jose, places like that. OEL. The Toronto Maple Leafs moved up Nick Watt, got Scott Laughton out there, Bobby McMahon, OEL coveted, right? Won a cup with the Florida Panthers, Tampa sniffing around. A bunch of teams would like the player like OEL. Could definitely help the back end of that. Doubt Toronto, Montreal actually make a deal there, but he's there along with Ristolainen. How does the Ottawa Senators, do things on the back end? Do they upgrade? Right now that Washington moved out, a guy like Carlson, does Ristolainen and or OEL make sense for them as the rebuilding on the fly? Buffalo loading up. Again, we talked about, Senators getting Warren Fogle from LA. That's a good move for them. They moved out David Perron to Detroit. Detroit, a lot of pressure on them to make some moves. Again, with the salary cap the way it is, the playoff cap, the no double retention, it's got to be hockey trades right now. And I think this is where we are in the world. And again, things are heating up. We've seen some trades go along. What did the New York Rangers do with Vinny Trocheck? Does he move? He's definitely a player of interest for teams. Minnesota is out, but are they really out? Is Carolina in? Detroit, Buffalo looking at him, Montreal, but they want a left shot center, but he could the penalty kill. And, just the ability in the dot would be useful in Montreal. Do they go get a goaltender like Jordan Binnington and Samuel Montembeault on the way out? I think these are things to watch as the day progresses. New Jersey looking to move off Simone Nemec. Again, drafted second overall 2022. Is that a player they want to move out? Does he feel unwelcome there? Does he want to trade? Did he ask for one? Is he willing to go to a new team? Does he want to change his scenery? I think these are things you have to watch out for. I think people have been talking, and I think, he's out there for the right price, like a Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, Jason Robertson, an elite young top forward to grow with this team. Scoring winger. They haven't replaced Tyler Toffoli. Their other defensemen are out there. Obviously, they've been trying to move Dougie Hamilton for a while, clear that cap space. But Nemec changes agents. Fitzgerald's like, we're not sure about a contract. He needs one. Wasn't too thrilled about it. He wasn't over the moon like he was with Arsenio Grichuk. So that's something to watch. Jonas Siegenthaler out there, Brendan Dillon, Jonathan Kovacevic. We know Boston, New Jersey been talking. We know Devils and St. Louis have talked about Kyrou. That would be the type of player you could do. Matthew Nyes is available. Is that something New Jersey looks at? That's the type of player they need. Why Toronto would do that? Again, unless you're getting Robert Thomas or a player like that. But again, those players are hard to find. Anthony Stolarz is in play. Joe Wall's in play. A lot of moving parts, not a lot of sellers. The quote-unquote seller, buyer market, whatever it is. There's going to be some action today. It's going to live up to the hype. But again, there's been activity. There's been some shocking moves. Been some depth moves as well. Waiting on Kadri. Where does Elias Pettersson go? Patrick Laine. Names to watch moving forward throughout the day. Maybe some names we don't even know about. Could Brock Besser be officially on the move again? Could he end up someplace? Does Montreal go get an impact forward no one's talking about? I think these are things to watch moving forward as the trade deadline commences. We'll be back again with another video reacting to everything. Just wanted to drop a quick note here on NHLRumors.com. It's Jim Biringer, guys.